Hi everyone, I am Jason Christopher and today tuturuan ko kayo kung ano ang mga moving average, ano yung mga different types of moving averages, paano gamitin ito, and ano yung mga pros and cons sa paggamit nitong mga moving average. Simply put, moving average is just an indicator in technical analysis used to smooth out price data by calculating the average price of the asset over a specific period of time. For example, we have the closing price of this price chart. Nakikita nyo naman 4, 6, 8, 7, 9. If we want to get the 5-day moving average, we just add 4, 6, 8, 7, and 9 and then divide this by 5. Bakit 5? Kasi kukunin natin yung average. So, add natin itong lahat. And since 5-day moving average yung hinahanap natin, 5 din nandito sa baba. If 10-day moving average yung hinahanap natin, i-add din natin yung past 10 prices and divide din natin ito by 10. But since again, 5-day moving average yung hinahanap natin, of course, we divide this one by 5. So, the result for this one is 6.8. So, you plot 6.8 also in the chart. Makikita nyo dyan, na-plot nyo na yung 6.8. That is our initial 5-day moving average. So, bakit moving average? Because once the price is added or a new price is added, we will recalculate the new moving average or the new average. So, we add the latest 5 data or latest 5 closing prices and then we also divide it by 5 to get 7.6. As you can see, nag-move na yung average price. That's why moving average na tinatawag. So, if we add another price data or merong new price data, mag-move din yung moving average natin. So, it's become 7.4, 7.0, and so on up until 7.6. So, without the numbers, ito yung itsura niyan. The black line is our closing price and then the pink line is our 5-day moving average. Of course, hindi naman pwede na alam natin kung ano yung moving average pero hindi natin alam kung paano gamitin ito and kung saan ginagamit. So, uses of moving average. Eto, we have your trend identification, support or resistance levels, and buy and sell signals. Let us first cover the trend identification. So as you can see, meron naman tayong table dito na nakikita natin yung number of days sa moving average and kung ano yung term niya. Immediate term, short term, medium, intermediate, or long term. So for your 10-day moving average, it is in the immediate term, 20-day short term, 50-day medium term, 100-day intermediate term, 200-day long term. So, the lower the number, the faster it is, and the slower it is, the higher the number. Basically, if you put this into a chart, mas mabilis yung price action pag above yung price sa 10-day and mas slow yung price if it is only above the 200-day. Kasi sa long-term price movement siya. So, eto, example natin, meron tayong 4-lane road. So, sa pinakataas na lane, we have your 20 speed limit, 50 sa baba niya, 80 and 100. And meron tayong cyclist dyan. And then behind him is a Lamborghini. Meron din tayong parang scooter. Then behind him, meron siyang car dyan. So, for example, yung car, gusto niyang mas mabilis pa sa 50 yung gusto niyang daanan. Of course, he needs to go down to the 80 para mas mabilis yung movement niya. And also, of course, sa Lamborghini naman, hindi naman pwede yung speed limit niya. Nasa 20 lang. He needs to move to a faster lane, no? Para mas mabilis yung movement niya. Makakapunta siya sa yung paroroonan ng mas mabilis. So, if we equate this one, no, makikita natin yung similarity sa assets sa financial markets. So for example, equivalent nito sa financial market natin, we have your Bitcoin, Tesla, Facebook, and AAPL or Apple. And then we have your moving average there, your 20-day, 50-day, 100-day, and 200-day. Makikita nyo na nandito. So, if si Bitcoin gusto niyang mag-move higher, he needs to go above the 20-day moving average. So, if you see Bitcoin above the 20-day moving average, you know that it is moving faster than those na hindi siya above 20-day moving average. Now, as you can see, below that one is your Tesla. Above siya ng both 200 and 100-day lane. And also above din siya ng 50-day lane. Pero below siya ng iyong 20-day lane. Meaning, masasabi mo that Tesla is moving faster than both Facebook and APL pero slower than Bitcoin. Next is si Facebook naman, above siya ng both 100 and 200 day, pero below siya ng 20 and 50 day, meaning slower yung movement niya pag below siya ng 20 or 50 day compared to these two. And also the same is true kay APL. Since sa 200 day lang siya above, below siya ng 150 and 20 day, no? Mas slower siya compared to the other three. So example, if the price of an asset, whether Bitcoin man yan, cryptocurrencies, equities, bonds, etc., is above the 10-day moving average, then it is bullish. Pag below naman siya ng 10-day average, then it is bearish. Of course, since 10-day, it is bearish or bullish man in the immediate term. Pero for example, if instead of 10-day dito yung ginamit natin, let's say 200-day, pag above yung price sa 200-day moving average, then it is bullish in the long term. And then, pag below naman siya ng 200-day, then it is bearish in the long term kasi 200-day yung ginamit natin. So that's for your trend identification. Let us move on sa support or resistance levels. For your support or resistance levels, kailangan muna nating malaman kung ano yung support and kung ano yung resistance. So for your support is just a price level no, where buying pressure is strong enough to prevent the asset from falling further. Basically, pag nag-hit yung price dyan, sa isang support level, it tends to go up. Nagba-bounce back up siya. On the other hand, your resistance level is a price where selling pressure is strong enough, bentahan naman, to prevent the asset's price from rising further. So basically, pag nag-hit siya sa isang resistance, bumabagsak siya, usually. So for example, nandito meron tayong support or resistance levels. As you can see again, we have your closing prices here sa black, and then we have your moving average here sa pink. And when the price touches the moving average, nag-bounce siya dyan. It means that the moving average acted as a support. So in the future, pag nakita mo na nire-respect niya previously yung isang moving average and nag-touch siya ulit dyan sa isang moving average, then you can say na pwede baka mag-support siya dyan sa price na yan. And on the other hand, eto naman, it acted as a resistance because when the price, this one, the black line, touched the moving average, the pink line, it went down. So basically, this one again acted as a resistance. Now again, for the support or resistance, kailangan mo munang tignan kung ano yung nire-respect na moving average ng price before you can say that it is either a support or a resistance. Ipapakita ko yan sa inyo later on. Next is, we need to know buy and sell signals using moving averages. Basically, yung buy and sell signal lang naman sa moving averages natin are your crossovers. Crossovers between your fast and slow moving average. If your fast moving average crossed above your slow moving average, then it may be considered as a buy signal. And if your slow moving average naman is above your fast moving average, basically nag-cross below si fast kay slow, it can be considered as a sell signal. So ito yung itsura niyan. As you can see, meron tayong bullish crossover dyan because this slow moving average na tinatawag, eto, is below na your fast moving average. As you can see, may crossover dyan, si fast kay slow. So, bullish crossover na tinatawag, it can be a buying signal. And then, when the fast moving average is below the slow moving average, then it can be considered as a bearish crossover. No? So, ayun lang naman sa buy and sell signals. On our next videos muna, before we proceed sa chart, no, on our next videos, papakita ko sa inyo kung paano gumamit nitong crossovers para sa system ninyo, no? Kung paano mag-buy and sell gamit itong mga crossovers. But tignan muna natin yung mga different types of moving averages. Of course, we have your simple, exponential, smooth, weighted, and volume-weighted moving averages. So, basically, si simple moving average is just how we calculated earlier, no, our moving average. Add lang natin yung previous end prices. So, kung 5 trading days yung moving average na hinahanap natin, yung 5 latest prices i-average natin. Next is your exponential moving average. Unlike your simple moving average na ina-average mo lang lahat, eto si exponential moving average, ginagawa niya, he gives more weight to recent price data. And it is calculated using a formula that takes into account the current price and the previous EMA value. So this one, exponential moving average, is equal to this formula. Next is your smooth moving average. It is a type of moving average that places more weight on the more recent price data but lesser compared to your exponential moving average. So, eto yung formula niyan sa baba for you nerds out there na gusto makita yung formula. And your weighted moving average is just, no, like parang smooth moving average siya na he puts more weight on the more recent price data also. Pero as you can see, meron tayong weighing dito sa baba on each price data. And we divide everything by the weight of the sum of the weights. So, ayan yung WMA mo. For the VWMA or volume weighted moving average price, it's a type of moving average that takes into account both the price and the volume. So, nakikita nyo yung formula dito sa baba. You multiply the price and the volume and then add them all, no, dito kasi summation, and then divide by the sum of the volume also. So that is your volume weighted moving average. Ito yung pag-contrast natin sa kanila. Meron of course pros and cons yung different moving averages. For your simple moving average, it is of course simple, no, to calculate, easy to understand, works well in trending markets. Pero it may lag behind price movements, may be less effective in volatile markets. Pag choppy yung markets going up and down, medyo lagger siya, no? So, exponential naman responds more quickly to recent price movements than SMA. And it is better suited for short-term trading strategies. Since si exponential nagbibigay ng more weight sa recent price data, it responds more quickly sa mga, of course, sa recent price movements. Unlike SMA, no, medyo naglalag siya behind your exponential moving average. So, cons naman dito, since, ayun nga, it responds more quickly, it may be more sensitive naman to market noise. So, kung medyo madami yung noise, choppy yung market, it may produce false signals, no? Kasi, ayun nga, may range-bound market, pabalik-balik lang, no? So, ayun yung downside ng exponential. Si smooth moving average naman, this one may produce fewer false signals in choppy markets. Pero it may lag behind price movements or may be less responsive to sudden changes in trend. No? So yung pinaka grabe or mabilis na mag-respond is your exponential compared to your smooth moving average. Now here, sa weighted naman, places more emphasis talaga on recent price movements and may be more responsive to short-term price changes compared to your SMA. This one may be more sensitive again to market noise, similar to your exponential moving average. For your volume-weighted moving average naman, it takes into account both price and volume also, and pwede nyo siyang gamitin as a support or resistance since tinitake into account niya both your price and your volume. Because other times, no, pwede mong gawing resistance yan. I mean, ginagawa mong resistance pero wala naman siya masyadong volume. So, si volume weighted moving average takes into account the volume. So, kung wala masyadong volume during that day, medyo iba yung movement na kanyang MA. So, it may be less effective for longer term trading strategies talaga, but may be more sensitive to intraday fluctuations in volume. So, it is more sensitive to volume. Again, because the calculation is this one, no? Sum of the price times volume divided by the sum of the volume. So, tignan natin yung example sa charts nitong mga moving averages natin. So, right now, we are here sa chart ni BTC. First of all, punta ka dito sa indicators and you put in there moving average. and lalabas yung moving average diyan. So you click moving average and then lalabas yung moving average mo. As you can see, etong blue line there, let me adjust, no? Gawin nating yellow para mas makita nyo. So the yellow line there is your moving average. So yung hinahanap dyan is your 9-day moving average. But if you want the 200-day, lagay mo lang din dyan 200-day. So pag nag 200-day, as you can see, mas wider, mas slow yung movement niya compared to recent one na ayan, no, the 9-day moving average. So faster yung reaction ni 9-day moving average compared to your 200-day moving average. Pero, if you like to put in more moving average, pwede din yan. So, punta ka sa indicators, ilalagay ko dito is your multiple moving averages. So, if you click multiple moving averages, lalabas yung napakadaming moving average. Actually, I coded this one and then I will put it in the description. So, if you want not to use this type of moving average, you can check the description and then click that one. So, eto, you can actually go into the settings and then edit mo yung mga nakalagay na moving average dito. So let's say 20, 50, 150, 200, gagawin ko tong 100 and then yung isa, let's say si 10-day moving average dito ko na lang ilalagay. Pero I will turn off yung tatlo sa baba kasi I don't need them kasi eto lang 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lang yung gusto ko. So yung tatlo sa baba, hindi ko gusto. Okay? If you press OK, as you can see, iba't ibang moving average, iba't iba yung itsura nila dito sa chart natin. Okay? So as you can see, eto yung yellow one is the longer term moving average natin. It is the slower term moving average. So it responds slowly compared to other moving averages. Now let's say your 10-day moving average, which is the green line. So see, 10-day moving average is responding more quickly sa price movements, no? So, identifying the trend, if it is, let's say, let's go here, if it is above your 200-day, then it is bullish on the long term. If above siya ng 100-day, bullish din siya sa medium term. Above siya ng 50, bullish siya sa may short term. Above ng 20, parang shorter term. And then above ng MA10, bullish siya sa immediate term. So as you can see, eto bullish talaga siya above all time frames. And if you look at other stocks, no, or other assets, makikita mo AAPL, ayan yung itsura, yung tinatawag na nagko-consolidate yung movement ng price or range bound yung price. Tinatawag dyan parang nagsaspaghetti yung moving averages, no? So, ayan, makikita nyo, nagsaspaghetti talaga sila, no? They are, kumbaga, nagko-crossover sila ng paulit-ulit, no? Tesla naman, makikita niyo diyan, ayan, nagko-crossover siya ng paulit-ulit, pero once it is going up, makikita niyo na above talaga siya ng 200 MA and then also sa may immediate term. So, PSEI naman sa mga PSE traders natin diyan, eto, it's consolidating here, no, sa level na 'to. And then also, ayan, tignan natin si SM. So, eto, after your immediate term, it can act as a support or resistance. So, tignan muna natin isang, ano lang, no, isang moving average. So, let me turn off the other moving averages. So, sige, remain na lang natin si yellow muna. As you can see, si long-term moving average natin, dito, hindi siya masyadong apparent, but here, after this one, no, nag-move lang siya dito, naging resistant siya. Medyo nahihirapan siya mag-move above that level. And again, not always pag nag-hit ng resistance, bumabagsak. Oftentimes, after mag-hit ng resistance, nagbe-breakout lang siya, no? So after mag-breakout dito, bumalik siya dito sa 200 MA. As you can see, after ng significant price movement, nagso-support ulit siya dito. Naghahanap siya ng footing dito sa 200 MA. And once nag-breakdown siya dyan, naging bearish na yung iyong tinatawag na price chart kasi below na siya ng long-term 200 MA. So ayan, after niya mag-breakdown, naging resistance na naman si 200 MA. Eto si Bitcoin natin, after mag-breakout sa 200 MA, tumuloy na naman ulit yung price. So if ever you want to participate long-term wise sa Bitcoin, when it revisits 200 MA, you check, no? Pag nagso-support siya sa price level na yan, then it may be a buy signal, no? So, ayan yung parang support or resistance. Isa pa sa ginagamit ko is yung mga mas mabilis, no, na moving average. So, let's say we want to use the 50-day moving average. So, ito I think yung blue is the 50-day moving average. Yung tinitingnan ko din diyan sa moving average is let's say eto, makikita nyo diyan, gumawa ng lower high itong price na 'to. So, if you look at the moving average here, makikita nyo downtrend siya, gumawa siya ng low, created new high, and then nag-breakdown na naman siya. Usually, tinitreat ko siya as price action kasi parang average din siya, no? So, I put in there, no? Let me turn off this one. If I put in there a line, parang nagiging support or resistance level siya. As you can see here, after mag-breakout siya, nagso-support siya sa price level na to. Dito. No? So my interpretation there is that pag below kasi ng price na yan, no? Yung I mean bang below ng moving average na yan, yung current price, it just means that most of the people right now on this particular scenario or this particular time frame losing sila kasi below sila ng particular moving average. Pag above naman ng particular moving average, so let's say 50-day moving average ito, for the past 50 days on average, on profit sila kasi nga above sila ng moving average na to. So ayan yung isa sa pag-treat ko ng support or resistance sa moving average, no? So again, isa is your support or resistance moving average and yung malalaman yung price direction niya. Kung bullish ba siya sa long term, immediate term, short term. And also this one, kung nare-remember nyo kanina, no, si moving average natin pwede din natin gamitin as crossover. So eto, settings natin, let me have your 50-day moving average, this blue, and then your 200-day. So once it crosses over, it can be a buy signal. So for example lang let's say eto, si blue nag-crossover kay yellow natin na moving average. So blue natin is faster than the yellow kasi yung number of moving averages is lower. So ayan, you can let's say buy there. So after you bought there, hold mo lang hanggang sa mag-cross ulit dito. So dito na siya ulit nag-cross. Ayan, dito as you can see, medyo maganda na yung profit mo dyan if ever. Ito yung ginawa mong strategy. So from there up to there, let's say. So 300% ka immediately using just this simple crossover. But of course, next time, next video natin, papakita ko talaga kung paano gumamit ng crossover na to na hindi lang pag nakita nyo crossover, buy kayo kagad or sell. I will teach you how to use the crossover with a system itself. So, I think that's it, no? Yung paggamit ng moving average. Again, you want to know kung ano yung immediate term, short term, medium term, etc. And if above siya ng immediate term, meaning mas mabilis yung movement niya in the immediate term, of course. Pag above siya ng 200 moving average or 200-day moving average, a long-term moving average, then it is bullish on the longer term. So, you may want to participate there pag let's say, ayun nga, nag-breakout pa yung price, etc. And pag below naman ng 200-day, ayun, nagbe-bearish siya. And as you can see again, we can see na the moving average can act as either a support or resistance. In this case, eto, nagso-support siya previously sa ibang mga price. Let's say, dito nagso-support siya pero nag-breakdown. Eto, nagre-resist siya and then nag-breakdown ulit, no? And then, of course, yung crossovers natin. So here, as you can see, meron na naman tayong crossover na bago. Once na nag-crossover, si slow natin, or I mean si fast natin above your slow moving average, it can be considered as a buy signal. And again, tuturuan ko kayo sa next video kung paano mag-execute gamit ang isang particular system using moving averages. So, I think, ayun nga, ayun yung ating presentation. So, makikita nyo again, no, na si moving average natin, it is very versatile, no, sa ating market, and you can use it in different kinds of market, whether sa cryptocurrencies, sa equities, bonds, etc., commodities, kahit saan. Very, ayun nga, effective si etong moving average. So, that's all for now muna. Abangan nyo yung next video natin for the next part of our moving average lesson. I am Jason Christopher. Goodbye.